Mm, But I don't want them to. Mm. Oh, hey, sweetheart. How was work? Mm. That's good to hear. Uh, my day was good. Got some writing done, and my maker called, and he wants to have dinner with us again. Hmm? Uh, it's nothing. But let me know when you're free so I can set everything up again. Speaking of, do you still want to have that horror movie date tonight? Yeah? Perfect. I picked out a lot of movies I want to watch with you. Um, yeah. Yeah. I promise everything is fine. But you go take a shower and get in some cozy clothes, and I'll set up the movie and get all the snacks and drinks ready. See you in a sec. Are you ready, sweetheart? Perfect. And I got our favorite fluffy blanket to wrap us up in. Okay, our first selection is The Woman in Red. Yeah, it's mostly about a dead girl who is haunting the house that the main characters moved into, but there's a twist. Well, I'm not gonna tell you the twist, we gotta watch it. I'm not gonna tell you the twist, we gotta watch it. Yeah, I'm gonna push play now. And here's some snacks on the table if you want any. And I grab something else if you don't want these. No? All good? Perfect. Hey, don't laugh at me. That was a good jump scare. You're so mean to me. Yes, extra cuddles would be in order for me to forgive you. Oh, I'm just messaging an old friend of mine. Everything is fine. She just wants to catch up since I haven't seen her in 120 years or so? I I do want to see her. It's just um let's not worry about it. This is our horror movie date night and I don't want my issues to ruin it for us. Babes, we don't have to talk about it. It really isn't a big deal. No, I swear everything is. Well, I think it's silly, but if I tell you, then you won't think it's silly because you always tell me that my feelings are valid, and if something is upsetting me, then I've every right to be upset about it. But this thing happened like 400 years ago, and I should be over it, but I'm not over it. But I want to get over it because it happened so long ago. But every time I think about it, I get so freaking mad. And yes, thank you. You always know how to calm me down, and I appreciate that. Mm, mm. All right, I'll start at the beginning. My friend Clover. We met so long ago, and I was still learning and adapting to be a vampire. She was kind enough to look after me when my maker's friend went out of town for some business. I would hang out with her, and I enjoyed it. Then one time we were hanging out, her brother came into town. She never really talked about her brother, and now I know why. Her brother Ethan is the exact opposite of Clover. He thought the world owed him anything and everything he wanted because he's a strong vampire. And he just thinks humans are just blood bags and that their purpose is to feed vampires. Ugh. Gods, I hate him. Right? And I don't hate anyone. No, him thinking humans are just cattle wasn't the reason why I hate him. I hate him because when he came over to visit Clover, she told him that I'm a new vampire and I don't want to drink human blood. And he thought it was laughable and stupid for me to want to drink animals' blood. That part I could ignore because he isn't the first or last vampire to think that it's stupid. But later that night, when we had dinner, Clover said that she had cow's blood for me on the kitchen counter, while she and Ethan have a quote-unquote guest that they will feed on. I should have just gone to the kitchen right away, but I was writing a letter to my maker. And when I went to the kitchen to find the cup, I drank what was inside without a second thought. And it was... yeah, it was human blood, not cow's blood. I don't remember what happened after I drank the cup. I just remember when I came back to my senses, Clover was holding me so close so I would stop thrashing around, and their guest was on the floor with so many bite marks and scratches on their body, barely moving. No. They were still alive. Clover stopped me in time. As I was panicking, realizing what I had done, there was Ethan across the way just laughing like the whole situation was so amusing. Thankfully, Clover realized what her brother had done and forced him to leave that night. After that, I would rarely go see her, fearing that her brother would be there, though she promised that she would never leave me alone with him and to always hand me blood herself. But after that night, I just couldn't. Thank you for the hug. I really appreciate you being here for me. Yeah, you can say that I'm debating if I want to see her. And I wouldn't hesitate so much if she was just visiting. But she's planning on living in the same town as us. And that would mean that Ethan would show up from time to time. That he would know about you. And I just don't want him to hurt you because he doesn't care for humans. I know he wouldn't think twice about hurting you to get a rise out of me because of what he did before. And I don't know what I would do if something bad happened to you because I love you so much. And I don't want... yeah. I do believe that Clover would put her brother in his place, but I don't think he would listen to her all the time. I was thinking if I never met with her, she would never know where I live, meaning neither would her brother. But I do miss her so much. And so many thoughts are running through my head, and so many scenarios could happen if I do meet her, or I don't, and I just don't know anymore. Sorry for saying everything is fine. I guess I just wanted it to be fine. You're right. It has been a long time, so either she doesn't see her brother as often, or he might be a whole different vampire. And I changed his views. Or not. You think so? Yeah, I can meet up with her in a different town to get a better read on the situation. I just hate how anxious I get with things. I wish I could just have a level head and overcome obstacles in a better way than just having a full-on meltdown. That is true. That's why I have you. You do keep me grounded and not let me get lost in my own head. What have I done to deserve you, sweetheart? I love you too. But I have decided I'll meet up with her just to catch up, to let her tell me what's going on with her, and we can move on from there. Right? Just one step at a time. Yeah, I do feel better now that I talked about it with you. Thank you. Can we go back to watching the movie now? I do want a bit of a distraction, though. Well, you can be my distraction later tonight. But I really want to watch these movies, though. Okay. Thank you, sweetheart. Yeah, I appreciate if you could hold me tighter. I always feel so safe in your arms.